Alrighty guys, we're back for Simic Lessons, and this is a last Airbender standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We got 3 the Lion Turtle, 3 mana, 3/6 Vigilance Reach. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. When the Lion Turtle enters, you gain 3 life. So what on earth is the downside then? That's a lot of stuff packed onto a card. Well, Lion Turtle can't attack or block unless there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard, which is hopefully all too easy in this one, especially since there's other cards where we really want to get lessons into the grave, like Accumulate Wisdom, for example. All 4 of these making the cut. 2 mana instant speed lesson. You look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. In any order. Put each of those cards into your hand instead. If there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard, all of a sudden 2 mana, draw 3. That's disgusting, dude. Then also Serpent of the Past here on the top end. 7 mana, 6/5. If there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard, you may cast this spell as though it had flash. Okay, but it's expensive. Except it's not actually, because it costs 1 less to cast for each non-creature, non-land card in your graveyard. Okie dokies then. So how many non-creature, non-lands do we have packed in? We have 16 total instants, 8 total sorceries, and 4 total artifacts. So almost half of the deck list is going to be non-creature, non-land. So, all right, what else do we got packed in? We got a couple Gran-Grans. Let's go. It's a 2 mana, 1/2 legendary creature. When Gran-Gran becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, as long as there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. Nice. So what other lessons do we have packed in? Well, we have all 4 Boomerang Basics. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you controlled that permanent, draw a card. Kind of neat, but sorcery definitely slows this down quite a bit. And we have all 4 Octopus Form, which is a pretty good protection spell. 1 blue, instant speed, lesson. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Nice. And untap it. Yes, we've seen this card elsewhere, except it was not a lesson. This one is a lesson. We have a couple 3 steps ahead here. Now, it's not a lesson, but it's going to be pretty good. Definitely got to do some rearranging and count it at the very least as a 3 mana card. We have all 4 It'll Quench Ya. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Nice. Yep. It'll do fine since it's a lesson. Then we have Shared Roots in here, sorcery speed lesson. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Actually seems like pretty good ramp. Now we have other things to work well with lessons. We have all 4 Sparring Dummies. This might be a janky pick, but I really wanted to see it do something today. So 2 mana, 1/3 with Defender. You can tap it to mill a card. You may put a land card milled this way into your hand. Okay. You gain 2 life if a lesson card is milled this way. Yeah, that doesn't seem bad at all, but might be a janky pick. We have a couple Hermitic Herbalists as well. This is a 2 mana, rocking Simic colors up there. 2/3, you can tap it for 1 mana of any color, or you can tap it to add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast lesson spells. I don't know how significant that's going to be. That's why only a 2 of. You have even more counter spells packed in with a Repulsive Mutation. Then more lessons packed in with some nice utility on Origin of Metalbending. Now over in the mana base, guys, you can see we're heavily leaning towards blue. That's what the mana base is leaning towards, but we got pretty fantastic Simic dual lands with 3 Sanctums, all 4 breeding pools, all 4 Willowrush Verge, and a White Lotus Hideout, which you can add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a lesson or a shrine spell. Kind of neat. Also has the bottom ability for just 1, you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color anyways, so. Okay, some honorable mentions. I thought about other protection spells like Secret Identity for our ever important creatures, but not this time around. And how about Abandoned Attachments? Definitely feels a little weird not having this in here, and this would probably be the trade-in over something like the Sparring Dummy, but I want to try the Sparring Dummy, like, really bad. So, I mean, all 4 of those over the Abandoned Attachments, yeah. Feels a little weird. And then Uncle Iroh could have made the cut too, maybe, but I think it's a little unnecessary for this one. Okay, guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I think it's going to be janky, and that's okay. I'm also like overdue for some losses right now too, which makes me a little concerned, but we should be fine overall, as the main goal, of course, is to just showcase what the deck list is trying to do. No green source, a lot of really good dual lands to draw into at some point. I'm going to risk it. Yeah, let's do this. Get Gran-Gran down. Start trading out that way too. Yeah, why not? Starting town. There we go. Willowrush Verge. Literally did not get punished at all. Getting Sparring Dummy down's probably just as good as keeping It'll Quench Ya open. Okay, let's do some trading out first. Fourth island is unnecessary right now. Let's go ahead and send it. I'm going to get the Sparring Dummy down over the Gran-Gran. I'm sorry, over the It'll Quench Ya. Alright, second mana open, Lion Turtle. Cool. Since we're not defending anything directly here, I'm going to actually start with the Sparring Dummy to see if it's land. It's going to be an Accumulate Wisdom, unfortunately. That's okay, though. We have to swing the Gran-Gran first, too, before we do anything else, and we still have the It'll Quench Ya open. Octopus Form is actually really good here. I'm going to get rid of one of the It'll Quench Yas, and I hope I don't end up regretting that. Wasn't anything from the opponent. Let's get the Lion Turtle down. Go back up to 25. We have, we don't have the mana for the Octopus Form, but we have quite the board state here. Okay, they power up the Verge. They could go, like, split up or something. Oh, Perilous Snare. Take the turtle all day, every day. Gran-Gran. Not my Gran-Gran. No. Right, so Perilous Snare was a little bit of a surprise. Now we do have Octopus Form available now. We could go like, we could start with Sparring Dummy. Again, no direct danger. You don't have to keep it open as a blocker. It's going to be land, so actually plug that into hand, which is pretty good. That lets us keep, like, Accumulate Wisdom open with the It'll Quench Ya. Actually, we already had that with the Lion Turtle, too. If we start with Accumulate Wisdom, we could start swinging with the Lion Turtle. But I don't think we do. I think we can go slow and steady here. It's actually going to be the 5th mana. We could actually Boomerang Basics the Sparring Dummy. Then we have draw 3 on the Wisdom. All while keeping the It'll Quench Ya open. Okay, dude, I just talked myself into that. And we get some card draw here, too. At sorcery speed, that means we do have to do it now. Now, Accumulate Wisdom. It'll Quench Ya is open. Oh, no, we don't have the Octopus Form open with it now, though. But yeah, we can still say, pass it back. And we still have the swing on the Lion Turtle now, too. That's pretty sick, man. I like that. Let's see what happens here on the opponent's turn. We definitely have to stop a United Battlefront on turn 4 with the It'll Quench Ya. Or a Synthesizer, too, would be a really good counterspell. I'm going to pass it. Okay. Let's see what we can do with the Accumulate Wisdom draw 3. We have Serpent of the Pass in hand. Wow. Okay. Nice. And the opponent's just passing it right back, so we can get the Willowrush Verge down without any worries. This is kind of crazy, right? For sure. So Serpent of the Pass has Flash right now. I think I'm going to start with just doing Shared Roots, because we have Serpent of the Pass at 2 then. We still have plenty of mana open. Lodestone Needle enters, tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. Okay, so what we could end up doing here then is tapping Lion Turtle for blue and then giving Hexproof. Right? And then it untaps from the Octopus Form. There we go. That'll be a pretty good hit. GG opponent. I understand. The tempo was real there. Holy cow. Yeah, the tempo was getting there. So it was going to be a 4 swing. We were still going to have 4 mana open. That means 2 mana for the Serpent of the Past and 2 mana for the It'll Quench Ya too, depending on what was in the opponent's hand. And we're about to do deck thinning with the shared roots as well. That was kind of crazy, man. It was good stuff. All right, let's keep the ball rolling, I suppose. I'll do my best, but it's like I said, I'm pretty overdue for a loss. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I guess... Wait, earlier I didn't say overdue for a victory, right? I hope not. No, I meant overdue for a loss, if that's what I said. Well, either way. It'll quench ya. I like this. Good hand. We keep this. We go first. That just makes the hand incredible. All of a sudden. Easily start swinging with the lion turtle and everything too. Now, I suppose for turn 1, we might as well just go Breeding Pool and not worry about it. Like the opponent mulliganed a few times. With a forest, it's not terrible to counter their Badger Mole on time, but also just like making sure we have the ramp is fine too. Making sure we can get into the turtle on turn 3. I think that's totally fine, and we get lessons into the yard by doing this too. I suppose a blue source is usually the one that you want to grab. See if they do find that Badger Mole right on 2 here. That's probably why they were dropping the mulligan. Badger Mole, hi! Am I going to regret not keeping the It'll Quench Ya open? Maybe. Alright, remember, Lion Turtle doesn't have haste. Gran-Gran's pretty good. We could do Gran-Gran, keep the It'll Quench Ya open this time round. That's probably okay. Yeah, since we drew pretty well here, this makes more sense to me. Because Badger Mole's a big problem. It'll Quench Ya, they can easily have 2 mana above whatever they're going to be casting here. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, bro. I think we're going to have to keep the It'll Quench Ya open again, guys. We take the 2 down to 18. Boomerang Basics. Okay. I think we swing. I think, Sparring Dummy is probably the discard, but if we discard the Boomerang Basics, look, I think Boomerang Basics should probably bounce the cub. Don't worry about the card draw. And then try the It'll Quench Ya. But if they have their 4th, they'll have the 2 open now anyways. Yeah, it's the second Sparring Dummy, but... yeah. We'll see. Okay. Damage comes through. Boomerang Basics. The Badger Mole Cub. It'll Quench Ya is now 1 mana, and so we have that open with the Octopus Form. We're just really hoping that they don't drop a land here to have 2 open for the Badger Mole Cub. I suppose at that point, too, they could play around it for number 1, right? It's a good counterspell, too, and while we have it, we should play it, right? I think so, actually. Because I think next turn we could easily not have it. So, and I think I'll take this block, too. How do you guys feel about that? We're going to start fizzling, though, is the big problem here. So how much tempo can we get away with, really? Opponent? Opponent. I think that's anyone's game, but I'll take the victory, I guess. They're gonna have 3 mana on the board for next turn. Just a little Gran-Gran, a little human peasant ally. Gonna be swinging in for 1 damage next turn. Was enough, I suppose. That Lion Turtle in hand was pretty significant too, but I mean, a 3/6 can only defend you for so long, so... Wow, dude. Wow. Let's keep the ball rolling, I suppose. We'll do our best. So far, we showcased the tempo side of things. I think the Sparring Dummy probably doesn't need to be all 4. I have all 4. I really wanted to see it today, but we did see it, and we saw it do the thing in that first game pretty well. It actually did exactly what it needed to do, got us an extra land and everything, so... Gran-Gran, let's go! Okay, okay, yeah, we keep this. You'd think I'd play all 4 Gran-Grans with how excited I am to have Gran-Gran in hand. Actually, I think 3 Gran-Grans would be pretty good in here, actually, but... accumulate wisdom. I guess start with the swing, see what happens. Forest. We don't need the White Lotus hideout, do we? We don't need this in hand. We have all the mana fixing required. We don't need the 4th right now either, so... it totally makes sense to send that. We'll get the other lessons into the yard here soon enough. Actually, I might just Boomerang Basics the Gran-Gran and play it again. See what we draw. Use the blue on the island. This is crazy risky, but we're doing so well already. Like, we might as well, huh? Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. Boomerang Basics ended up just replacing itself. Fireglass Mentor. All right. We keep Repulsive open. This is a great trade for us if that's what ends up happening. Right. Swing. We don't need the second Herbalist, I don't think. I hope we don't. Although, yeah, no. This is good. That's good. Do the trade. Do the... Aww. I mean, yay, Gran-Gran survives to fight another day. Let's get the 3rd down. Repulsive Mutation should probably be kept open. But the Herbalist seems pretty good here too, honestly. But we're gonna hold off. Like they're gonna start with a swing. See more off the Mentor. And go from there. They do find some land here, it looks like. Drop their 3rd. Come on, let's hit that good counter spell. There we go. Very nice. X is 1. Gran-Gran. Get the boost. Oh no, Gran-Gran being hit with the Repulsive Mutation, though. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Gran-Gran. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Then counter up to 1 target spell unless its controller... What are you doing over there? Did I misclick, guys? Oh, no. Oh no. What have I done? Seriously, I think I misclicked. Unless I'm missing something, because they don't have a cavern. They don't have a cavern over there. I have no idea what I've done, guys. Well, I guess I pass it back. Mistakes were made? Yeah, with Repulsive Mutation, I guess I clicked through the target. I don't know, I'll have to go back in the video and watch that. Either way, I apologize to you guys because that could make for a frustrating viewer experience. Misclicks are rough, man. And it's something that can only happen in this digital format. Oh, we might be in significant danger anyways, guys, even with the counter on the Battler. It'll quench ya. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, we have the extra ramp on the Herbalist now, thank goodness. So we can Boomerang Basics while keeping Accumulate Wisdom open with the It'll Quench Ya too, so... And Gran-Gran could swing after we bounce the Battler. It's too bad that Battler's even on the board, huh? I mean, just mistakes were made. I also have 3 steps ahead open, too. The Gran-Gran swing does seem pretty good. It's a hired claw trade. Which I actually don't think they take. The other accumulate wisdom is really good here, man. I'm going to actually just save it because I'm pretty sure It'll Quench Ya is still going to land next turn. So I'm sorry, Gran-Gran number 2. I'm sorry. We're just going to plan on restocking our hand with the accumulate wisdom's the big thing. Yet we do cheese the 2 through from the Gran-Gran. Alright. Dude, we're fine. Misclicks and all, we're totally fine. Thank goodness that's a tapped land. Ow, my face. Come on, play something chunky. No swings. What is it? What is it? It's a fell, okay. And a Fireglass Mentor. They're gonna start with the Mentor. I'm gonna say if you want it, you're not allowed playing the fell, and I'll keep both of my creatures then. Okay, they decide that the fell is more important here. Now with 3 in the yard, we have 2. So I guess we do both accumulate wisdoms? Oh my goodness, dude. Restock the hand before Gran-Gran dies. Another accumulate wisdom. Wow. Wow. Holy cow, dude. I mean, Lion Turtle all day, every day. Go back up to 17 here. I love that the Lion Turtle meows when it enters. Alright, so we're going to keep Accumulate Wisdom open with the It'll Quench Ya. We don't have both, however, but that's okay. I don't think we'll be able to land the It'll Quench Ya this turn anyway, so it's probably just going to be Accumulate Wisdom. Again, not a terrible swing, but we definitely need to keep these open for sure. At this point, I gotta remember to go back in the video to make sure that it was a misclick and that I'm not missing something else. Wait a minute, now they have a Cavern of Souls on the board. That wasn't there earlier though, right? So... okay, before that enters, I am actually just gonna go for the card draw, because maybe we find... I don't know. I don't know, maybe we see something. Yeah, Octopus Form isn't bad, actually. They might have a hard time getting past the Lion Turtle, especially now that we have protection in hand. Nice. We're also going to take 2 from the Battler, though. This would have been a pretty good combat trick on top of the Herbalist, though, if they swung. But that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, this creature deals 2 damage to target opponent. So that's, I thought that it was going to deal 2 damage to them, 2 damage to us, because they were casting their second spell. No, I'm just completely forgetting what Hearthborn Battler does. It's actually very scary here, and we're still in danger for sure. More mana is actually pretty bad, I would say. Go ahead and get the forest down. You have the swing with the Lion Turtle for sure. Boomerang Basics can still, like, I guess, they have so much mana. And so many ways to see extra off the top from the mentors and everything too. I guess we'll do some deck thinning, or we can just keep all abilities open on the 3 steps ahead. Okay, let's start with the Lion Turtle swing then. And see what they do. It's like they go down to 13. We probably just keep 3 steps ahead open for top and bottom ability, guys. I'd love to do some deck thinning with the shared roots, but this is also fine. I think we're in significant danger at this point. I think the opponent has just a glorious board state, but this was back and forth for sure. And if I didn't misclick, maybe Maybe it'd be leaning towards us. Ooh, ooh, thank goodness, dude. Wow. Right. Thank goodness that cavern didn't call demon too or something. Oh my goodness. And then we still have 2 open from the herbalist with the It'll Quench Ya too. So they do have something else to play this turn. Right. Get rid of one of the 4 breeding pools in hand. And Shared Roots number 2 is not terrible, but we need to see our other top end for sure. It'll Quench Ya. This is also going to hurt. Oh no, we don't have It'll Quench Ya for Laughing Jasper Flint because it's a lizard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And then they're going to see 2 off the top from the Mentor. They should swing, right? Because the Hired Claw's poking damage through. This is a full swing. I mean, even if they lost some lizards, another Hired Claw from the Mentor. It's just till the end of that turn, luckily. Sparring Dummy. Yeah, any lizards we bounce back won't be countered from the cavern. Plus, It'll Quench Ya won't hit at this point in the game anyways. We could start with the swing. Maybe they try some double blocking nonsense with the lion turtle. I think we just end up getting the 3 through because they don't know it's in hand. I'm going to see what they do here, because if it is double blocking, I think it's just in our favor. We do get the 3 through, they go down to 10. I guess we could pretend it's still anyone's game, but I don't think so. I think this is the opponent's, and I stand by it. I think that a full swing last turn would have been pretty devastating, especially, well, the Laughing Jasper Flint gets to see a whole bunch off the top though, huh? A whole bunch of our cards off the top. If we do any deck thinning, it's probably just going to help them instead, right? Bounce Lion Turtle. Main phase 2 here. Get some extra card draw. And then play Lion Turtle for some life gain. That seems pretty good, right? Oh. This battler, dude. Crap. Okay. Right. Well, we gained 1. Aw, man. It'll Quench Ya will still be open. I guess we can get the Sparring Dummy down for more blockers. And then we can get a breeding pool down tapped. I don't think It'll Quench Ya will be able to do anything, but I guess you never know. Hey, those are my cards, opponent. Oh, still no top end, though. Yeah, we're looking for those serpents and everything. Boomerang Basics. That's just going to have to happen. Takes a good blocker out of the equation. Now, if they have like a fell or something too, then I think, oh, nowhere to run. That'll also help pretty well here, won't it? We go down to 10. Can make them pay the 2, but even if we drop the It'll Quench Ya, they'll just cast their It'll Quench Ya too. Well, I guess that's the same concept as just paying the 2 though. What am I saying? Oh, but they target the herbalist. Okay. Right, we're dead. We're out of this one, right? I'll take the biggest block we can. Good game, opponent. I guess also, before the swing, they could have copied, like, Hired Claw for even more pokes. Or before the second card, they could have copied the Battler for a couple extra pokes, too. Like, they're going to Octopus Form for the extra damage. My face! I think this one came down to me. For sure, right? Sometimes I'm on the fence like, oh, like, if I would have done this, then maybe, but it's easier to see in hindsight, you know? In this one, I think this was my fault and not the decklist fault. But also, we could have seen a little bit more of our top end too, maybe. Maybe that's a case to be made for the decklist in general, as it doesn't have too much top end, does it? Let's keep the ball rolling, guys. See what we can get up to. And also, while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too. If you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. And also, guys, the YouTube side of things, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. If you enjoyed the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you, guys. We're going to try the turn 2 Shared Roots. Ooh, I don't mind Sparring Dummy at all. But we're going to just go right into the ramp, grab a green source here without any worries. Break out. Let's see what they see. It's going to be a Llanowar Elves. Nice. Might as well swing. No? Another Llanowar Elves from hand? No. Swing. Okay. Boomerang Basics. To accumulate knowledge open, but I'm going to go Sparring Dummy. We have Origin of Metalbending open with the accumulate wisdom, which I keep saying accumulate knowledge, don't I? Alright, with Breakout and Llanowar Elves, I suppose it could be Gruul Delirium, but I bet there's a Badger Mole Cub in there nowadays. Ouroboros! Oh no, where's my counter spells? Where's my counter spells, guys? Oh no! Llanowar Elves gets a boost. Luckily, we do have Boomerang Basics to bounce that, but this turn we're going to be searching for the counterspell here off the Accumulate Wisdom. So it's just a counter. We're fine. We're totally fine. There it is. It'll Quench Ya. That's the card. And then there's our top end, guys. Serpent of the Past. Cool. Boomerang Basics. Ouroboros, make them cast it again next turn. Hopefully, they don't have any fancy pants goodies to get around the It'll Quench Ya. We also have the Sparring Dummy to be able to block here too. Oh, well, that's 5 mana. I don't think they have any fancy pants goodness to get the Ouroboros down. Holy cow, guys, they're playing around it. Oh no, good play, opponent. Really good play. Okay. Right, it's going to be the Accumulate Wisdom for the turn, which I suppose we actually do now then. No, they could have a 2-mana card that we really want to quench. Crap. Okay. Right. Let's see. Let's see what they discard. They get rid of a Fear of Missing Out. Probably just means they have a second Fear of Missing Out already in hand. So get a enchantment creature in the yard for the Delirium. It's actually just going to be a Llanowar Elves too. So yeah, we're still going to miss the Ouroboros now, unfortunately. Okay. They have a good swing on the board. We have a block with the Sparring Dummy, which I'm going to do first before the Wisdom. Excuse me. You sure you don't want to attack, opponent? we could chump. I'm just gonna take the 3 because I think we're in significant danger anyways, and I think maybe we want some life gain on the Sparring Dummy or something, you know? Oh, land. Dude, doing the thing, huh? Totally doing the thing. Accumulate Wisdom, draw 3. Wow, Octopus Form's pretty good, not bad. Okay. Looks good, right? Boomerang Basics. It's too bad that's sorcery. We could still do it now on like this 2/2 Llanowar Elves or something. Give me 1 second, opponent. Look at all this. Look at all this, guys. This is crazy. Now if we do a lesson, then Serpent of the Past is going to be 2 blue. I think having 5 open is worth it here for the Octopus Form and 2 2-mana cards. Right? I think so. But I think maybe it's Boomerang Basics over the Octopus Form. Take the 2 for the dummy. Keep the dummy as an emergency blocker. It'll Quench Ya, Repulsive Mutation. We could also do like Serpent of the Past and then X is 0 on the Repulsive Mutation and actually target this time. That's also pretty good, isn't it? I'm going to save it all. All 7 cards in hand, end the turn. Let's see what we can get up to here. Counter up to 1 target spell unless its controller pays mana equal to the greatest power among creatures. Wow, Nova Hellkite, 2 mana open here, guys. Still playing around the It'll Quench Ya, unfortunately. We're just going to try the Repulsive Mutation and see if I can actually land it this time. Or see if I can actually click the buttons properly this time. Well, I don't like how this is open, but it's only double green mana over there, so... Serpent of the Pass. X is 0 on the mutation. Target creature. Target. Yeah, I just misclicked in that other game. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know what the 2 mana is open right now, but they don't have 6 to pay, I know that much. They do swing with the Tersa. I say I'll go for it. If you got the combat trick, then that's fine. We do have 3 more Serpent of the Pass here. Wow, overprotect with the indestructible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that is a combat trick and a half, isn't it? Right, we can go ahead and do this now, because the opponent's completely tapped out here. It'll Quench Ya back up to 16, then down to 15 here. Although the double It'll Quench Ya could have come in handy for sure. Lion Turtle, yeah. Hi there, buddy. Come on down. This Ouroboros is going to be a big pain, isn't it? We have Sanctum from hand 2. Always start with the Sparring Dummy now, but like I think keeping it as that emergency blocker makes a lot more sense. I guess Sanctum. Keep the It'll Quench Ya open, even though it's not doing too much. We get to keep it open with Octopus Form and Origin of Metalbending too, so... End turn. Sparring Dummy, totally doing a little something, right? A little bit. I like it. Ouroboros, 3 mana open, and that is going to land regardless. We have them tap out a little bit for the It'll Quench Ya. It doesn't really do too much, right? The It'll Quench Ya could still be saved for something else. Even so, this is now heavily leaning towards the opponent. With, okay, Patchwork Beastie still have 2 mana open. We could Origin of Metalbending the Patchwork Beastie, I suppose. But it kind of feels like... Kind of feels like this would be better for the indestructible play. Especially with the Tersa. But they might not even swing, they might just hold. They do just hold. I say while we have the mana open, we should just go for this, right? Get the Beastie off the board. I mean, it is a 4/4 that's going to be swinging next turn. Okay. Hey, Serpent of the Pass. Nice. Wow. That's good. That's really good. We might be able to pull off an awesome combat trick next turn. There's a lot of problems with this, though. I think we still bounce the Boroid while we can. If we swing with Lion Turtle, they have a good double block. They don't know we have Octopus Form. So, but they'll probably just triple block. Why not, right? They do have an Overprotect still for the Ouroboros. We're going to drop the It'll Quench Ya, and luckily, we still have the Serpent with the Octopus Form open. So now we can swing with the Lion Turtle. Maybe we actually hit this combat trick, which could be pretty significant for us. Nope, they're going to take the 3. I agree, opponent. They're still at 20. They don't want to risk it. Okay, end turn. Hopefully I'm playing this out well enough for you guys, huh? Ouroboros. Come on down, buddy. Come on down. What can you get up to? 3 mana still open for the opponent. We're hoping for a swing. We're hoping for a swing here. Tersa can just be normal blocked. What are they going to hit from the yard? They hit a Hellkite. Oh, thank goodness. It's nothing that they can do right now. Okay, Serpent of the Pass comes down. We're going to try to block the 4/4 Llanowar Elves and then just block Lion Turtle into Tursa. 2 open. We could also do Trade into Tursa, Lion Turtle, Llanowar Elves, and then Octopus Form. 2 creatures off the board, but then what? You know? Depends what they ended up drawing into, I suppose. Let's do the block and block the Llanowar Elves and try the Octopus Form. And if they ended up seeing something off the top here, it's going to be a Violent Urge, guys. Wow, double strike onto the Tursa here. That saves its butt for sure. Oh dear. Let's start with the Sparring Dummy. Thank goodness that we ended up blocking the... Oh no, Serpent of the Past. No, come back to hand, buddy. Come back to hand. Good thing they don't have trample on that. Let me tell you guys. Wow. Let's make sure we actually take something off the opponent's board state here. That was a good draw for the opponent for sure. Because if we were able to hit Tursa, then I think this could have been anyone's game. But with Tursa still surviving, we're in significant danger, especially with the Ouroboros still chilling too. Sparring Dummy number 2. I think we're in danger, guys. I think we're gonna die. They actually don't have the double block here. We should have swung first to get 3 through from the Lion Turtle. At that point, it's too bad I ended up milling the Serpent of the Past. Maybe we should have some of the lessons in here that helps us grab the permanents back from the yard. That could be pretty good. Maybe drop a couple of the dummies and go up a couple of those lessons instead. I might do that in the final thoughts, honestly. It's like they're still going to hold back pretty well here. See what they see for free off the Light Shatter. Overprotect. Oh my goodness. Right. Well, I mean, we have the block. 3 less 7 down to 11. Okay. Then we'll activate Sparring Dummy, although after losing the Serpent, it definitely feels pretty bad. See what we see? No, Gran-Gran. Gran-Gran, come back. I don't think Gran-Gran would have helped us too much, honestly. Down to 11. It's got to be pretty close to game next turn, right? Now they do have fantastic double blocks into the Lion Turtle, but they don't know we have second one in hand. So I'll just start with the Lion Turtle swing, and maybe we cheese 3 through, right? We do. We cheese it through, get them down to 11. See, even game, right, guys? Totally even. I am going to still play this other one from hand, just to gain the 3 from the ETB. And I guess it doesn't really matter which one we end up keeping, because we can't use the mana. We don't have anything in hand. So, and Sparring Dummy open. Yeah, without anything to do, with Ouroboros just slowly running away with this, it's only a matter of time until like they're either wide enough or, I mean, now's the full swing turn for sure, because they're forcing 2 blocks here. Hey, you know what'd be pretty good? Aetherize right here, right now, right? That'd be pretty good. Also, if we could have found a full counterspell for the Ouroboros, one of the 3 steps ahead or something. So we are forced into 2 different chumps, and so it'll look something like that on the biggest creatures they have, and then we'll still use the Sparring Dummy. It was a forest off the Tursa. See what we see on the Sparring Dummy. It's going to be Shared Roots. That was actually a pretty good hit. A little bit of life gain. Maybe Aetherize is literally something we should talk about in the final thoughts. We do find more mana off the top. Hey, good game opponent. In other words, my cabbages. Yeah, good game, good game. It was good. Guys, let's go talk about this deck list. I have a couple ideas for it. I saw the Sparring Dummy. I'm glad we did. But I think we can successfully drop it down to like 2. And look, it still might even be a janky pick after all that too. So, but there's a couple things I want to go up too. So a couple changes here at the end. Yeah, let's do this. This is a fun one. I love this style of tempo. I really just like Simic in general too. So neat. Boomerang Basics, really slow. A couple extra bounce off or a couple into the flood moss is not going to hurt anything in here at all. I'm going to drop those sparring dummies. And look, there's a lesson that lets you hit permanents back from the yard. And I think it's not terrible. I mean, there's definitely cheaper ways to do this, especially in Simic. But I think just having the lesson is pretty significant. I think the clue's actually pretty good here too, right? So return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, create a clue. Yeah, it's fine. It's sorcery, that's slow too, but I want to go up 1, just 1. And I hope you guys agree with that. So we went down, wait a minute. It's only 2 mana? Oh, I thought it was a 3 mana card, guys, like this whole time. Okay. Yeah, no, 2 mana is actually not terrible, especially being able to use the clue later on, and at least the clue can be used at instant speed, so you get to keep that open with something. And then also, I want to go up that Aetherize too, because there are a lot of incredibly wide board states happening right now with all the Badger Mole nonsense, so an Aetherize isn't going to hurt anything at all. So we went up some 1-ofs. 1-ofs are fine in tempo, I think, and especially when you're drawing so much on Accumulate Wisdom and stuff, we're trading out with 3 steps ahead too. It'll Quench Ya, there's better counter spells in Standard, but they're not lessons, so you want to play the lesson for sure. I think 3 Gran-Grans would be great. I think a second Repulsive Mutation would be great. I think the double Hermitic Herbalist was actually fantastic today. I wasn't expecting it to do as much as it actually did. I would potentially go down the other sparring dummies and just go up the other herbalists, honestly, and I don't think that would hurt too much. I think being a 2/3 is actually excellent too, but if you go up the other herbalists, then you might want even more top end. I wouldn't mind the second Aetherize at that point too. So some awkward changes going up 1-ofs and whatnot, but I think it's good changes too. And I could see dropping the Origin of Metalbending for one of any of the cards I just mentioned, right? I could see dropping the Origin of Metalbending for the second Aetherize, or the third Gran-Gran, or a third Herbalist, or a second Repulsive Mutation. Actually, second Repulsive Mutation, the biggest problem with that is, are you going to have creatures on the board, right? Because it's mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. If you don't control the creature, we only got 13 creatures in here, guys. If you don't control a creature, this doesn't do anything. So the 1-of still makes sense. And honestly, hitting enchantments or artifacts is still fantastic, but you could still just, you know, you could just go up that into the Flood Maw and just bounce it back to the opponent's hand too. That could potentially work as well. I really, really like Lion Turtle. You guys let me know in the comments how you felt about Lion Turtle today, because in some of those games it was like, wow, this is a fantastic tempo card. And some of the other games is like, this just isn't enough to deal with what the opponent is doing somehow, right? Even though there's so much packed onto this. So you guys let me know. I really like the Lion Turtle, but I could also see being on the fence about it in the future too. So it really does depend what future lessons we get as well, honestly. Now also here, guys, with the shared roots, I don't know how essential this is, but I do think the extra ramp does go the extra mile, especially when you start seeing more off the top with your incredible card draw. This gets a lesson into the yard, but then it ramps you to the point where you drop a wisdom, but somehow you still have 3 mana open for your 3 steps ahead. I mean, like, there's just like so many turns where you'd love to have just 6 mana open for some reason, you know what I mean? Some reason or another. On the chopping block is Origin of Metalbending to go up pretty much anything else you like here. Even a third 3 steps ahead would be pretty darn good, right? I think so, for sure. And I could see the third 3 steps ahead over the Repulsive Mutation too. That's always a possibility. And then the 2-of Sparring Dummy. I still like the little guy. Sparring Dummy's cool, but it could be dropped. Something else could go up. Now, how about the Do Not Craft list? Yeah, put it on the Do Not Craft list. Put everything on the Do Not Craft list for the first couple weeks of any given set, because you never know where the meta is going to settle. Although I'm not 100% convinced that this is an expensive one. Let's find out together. A lot of uncommons. That's a little unfortunate, because uncommons do dwindle pretty fast. Rare, uncommon, uncommon. Wow, a lot of uncommons. So maybe you already have most of the cards just from cracking the pack. Maybe you only got a couple lion turtles, but you have everything else. Don't craft the third lion turtle. Go up something else that you really like, right? So this one you could totally base on your collection quite successfully. And then all those changes that I was just talking about could actually really matter too. So yeah, consider dropping Sparring Dummy, consider dropping some one-ofs to go up some more consistent things to help you against the meta that you're currently seeing, right? Like, it was every other deck list Badger Mole Cub, so more Aetherize could potentially help versus that, right? Return all attacking creatures. They do swing wide quite often with that. Would have really helped us out in that last game too. Even just one turn of good tempo could be enough. But in that scenario too, if you do go up the second Aetherize, you could consider that third 3 steps ahead more heavily, right? Like if you do go up the second Aetherize, third 3 steps ahead would really help. But then also the Into the Floodmaw too is something to consider as well. So just more tempo, more blue, drop some green, but keep the Herbalist and whatnot as well. And we're splashing green for, I guess, the Lion Turtle and the Shared Roots is the main card, but Herbalist was really good too, so not really a splash of green. We actually have a lot of green in here, I suppose. Okay, guys, enough rambling. I do like my changes. They feel a little awkward too. So I think the deck was performed well enough to potentially not make any changes as well, but something needed changed. And this is one I'll definitely have to revisit at some point. And you guys definitely let me know in the comments, what would your Simic version of Lessons look like? I know a lot of people are visiting Is It Lessons instead, which does look really good. So that's something we'll try out at some point. And then, of course, Teamer Lessons. We built a combo deck list over on the Twitch channel for Teamer Lessons that I'll have to visit at some point. It's a pretty neat combo with the Iros. So either way, guys, enough rambling, huh? Definitely let me know what you thought of the deck list down in the comments. And hey, you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.